Got racing thoughts? We all know that feeling. Something happened or it didn't happen, and before you know it, you are all up in that story, playing it over and over again, as if you could solve the problem in your head. You don't need me to tell you that racing thoughts can totally torpedo your mood, your motivation, and just your ability to focus and get things done. So, you need a skill to get in there and slow them down a bit so you can get present and be as effective as possible. Let's practice. Hey there, Mindful Masters, and welcome back for another experiential skills clip. Our minds are really just problem-solving machines. Seriously, they're really designed to be on the lookout for what problems might occur, and then use their time-traveling ability to go through the steps that we might take or might have taken to solve the problem. When we do solve the problem, we feel a tremendous sense of relief when the problem is solved. So you can see how problem solving in itself can become an emotional habit. So to kick that habit, you need a practice to help you exercise a different mode of thinking. When you're stuck in the debate in your head and your thoughts are racing, this skill will help you slow them down a bit and get into a space where you can be more skillful.
Let's practice. Listening to thoughts. Let's begin this practice by allowing your eyes to close or just lowering your gaze, not focusing on anything in particular. As with all of our practice exercises, the only way to practice is by allowing yourself to get in contact with some form of distress or discomfort. So take a moment to bring to mind something in your life that's bothering you or has bothered you, an ongoing situation or something that recently occurred that caused you some distress. You might recall a recent annoyance or frustration, or maybe an embarrassment or a disappointment. Allow those images to play out in the movie of your mind. Attend to any beliefs or thoughts about the injustice of the situation, maybe the awkwardness, or whatever your experience was. Notice how it feels as you bring to mind the story of these events. Notice from the observer in you how your mind actually is generating the thoughts and images. How your body feels as you go through all the sordid details of what happened or shouldn't have happened, or perhaps always happens to you. Notice the thoughts of what you could have done differently or what the other person did that was unfair. Pay attention to how this mode of thinking feels as you generate the stories in your mind. Take a mental snapshot. Now, let's practice. Taking a long, deep belly breath. I'd like you to let go of generating those thoughts and shift to actively listening to your thoughts. Listen with all of your ability, as if your mind was going to offer you a secret or some wonderful wisdom just for you. Just listen. If you feel your mind begin generating thoughts and opinions, or yeah buts, or just more content, just notice and then then shift back to deeply listening mode. Attending to your mind rather than generating and making thoughts. As you listen with all of your curiosity, observe. What do you notice about the activity in your mind when you shift from generating to listening? Take a mental snapshot. And taking one last deep belly breath, whenever you're ready, we can open our eyes.
What did you notice? Were you able to connect with and feel that difference between the mind chatter and the generating of thoughts that is the usual mode of our minds versus the stepping back and listening to thoughts? Many people report that when they practice this skill, they experience a slowing down of the chatter, if not a complete silencing in their minds. If you found this skill helpful, take note of it on your Goals and Commitments worksheet. Take a moment to journal about your experience.
If you have any comments or questions, I hope you'll leave me a message in the comments section so I can reply.
And I'll see you back at the book.